Hi everyone, this is Caroline, and this is a meditation and some energy work to help establish peace and calm and an end to hostilities in the Middle East. And it doesn't matter where from, although I am very aware that the U.S. is caught up in pretty much all of this. And that's very, very hard for a lot of us here in the U.S. who are peacemakers and peace activists and desire only calm and wellness for the people of the world. It's not a time for choosing sides. It's a time for saying, as a human race, we are no longer going to tolerate the excesses, the madness, and the violence of war, and all its dehumanizing properties. War is absolutely never the answer. And to say that this country deserves this because this group over here harmed or killed this number of people, therefore the whole country ought to be wiped out, this is just beyond barbaric. And we've got to come out of that. We've got to come out of our separate teams. And I'm wearing this color and you're wearing that color kind of mentality. And learn to treat one another as children of the universe. And I do respect the paths of those who chose to be in, for instance, in Gaza or Lebanon and other countries that are under attack. Iran is under the threat of attack at the moment as I speak. And I hold great respect for those who wrote into their life chart that they would experience that, even though it's horrible, even though I wish they hadn't chosen that. I send them love and peace, and we have to hold the whole region, the whole of the Middle East, in the transmuting violet flame of Saint Germain. We have to get past the duality. In a sense, embrace it and say, yes, this has been a huge part of our human experience, and then in a sense, release it forever. So I'm going to bring in the collective. They're going to work with us in just a quick peace meditation for the whole region. We're bringing in that beautiful blue ray of divine justice, calling forth all forms of goddesses of peace, of higher love, of justice, of equality, of liberty. And we'll shine a light on what's going on in the U.S. as well right now with this very strange, very contentious presidential election, and as well with people trying to rebuild their lives in those southern states affected by the flood and anyone affected by fire as well. So putting all of that in the hands of the divine, I'll call in the collective. One moment. Well, greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased, as always, to speak with you again today. And so, as we look at this region of the Middle East and its many very difficult points, both historically and in terms of current events, we shine the beautiful crystalline light of the higher realms into each of those areas that have divided into countries, divided into political stances, divided into military action and responses and initiatives, shining that beautiful, crystalline, silvery white light straight down from the higher realms into each of those countries. So if you can think of them, they're all together: Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, and all the countries around. You're especially pouring that beautiful crystalline light down from the higher realms to remind everyone there, including the land itself and the very air, the energetic atmosphere there, that all come from the higher realms, all come from the light, and to the light they shall return. So just move your hands, especially if you feel you just don't image inwardly very well. That's all right. That's all right. If you want to look at a map at that region, just inform those countries energetically. I fill you with divine higher light, of peace and calm, of divine love, of that beautiful universal power of higher presence of Creator, all the angelic realms, the souls of those who desire peace, the soul families of those who are standing by all those who are dealing with military attacks, loss of home, loss of businesses, schools, spiritual centers, loss of community and loved ones. And just image all their soul families sending them light, all of the angels sending them light, source energy, Mother, Father, God, Goddess, pouring love out from the higher realms, so that the basis of what we create here today is a matter of pure love, not a matter of political preference, dogma, or philosophy, but purely to remind all there, whether they're the tiniest child or the supposedly most powerful military or government official, you belong to the light. All beings belong to the light, and to the light all beings return. And see within them, even the darkest, in your estimation, the darkest of those who are leading the way into further war and mayhem, see within them a spark of light that still remains. They would not be able to exist without that spark of light. And see that light growing brighter. And again, if you can't image, that's all right. Move your hands to indicate this light is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, sort of like a circle. It starts in the heart space. It expands to the whole of their spirit and psyche. Their soul is sending them more light, assisting them in turning away from the preference for violence, for power, for control, the love of destruction, which is always a front for sheer cowardice, and a love of power. We extend this to every country, every leader throughout the planet. So blaze that beautiful, cool, violet transmuting flame throughout the entire earth, and then have a separate violet flame for the whole of the Middle East. And our writer does this often because it's just difficult sometimes to put desire for peace into words. It is an emotional issue, most assuredly. Yes, indeed. Letting that beautiful violet flame transmute, and watch it render every tool, every weapon of war utterly useless. The guns won't fire, the missiles won't take off. Any bomb that is dropped, it is utterly useless and does not explode. And if you can, image beautiful ships overhead, whether circular or cigar-shaped or whatever you wish. And they are nullifying the effects of each weapon. They are taking onto their ships those responsible for the destruction and transporting them to courts of divine justice off planet. Wonderful. See them taking up onto the ships those who are injured or near death, or perhaps they have died, but they can be brought back. Yes, that technology exists if their soul desires it. Being taken up onto the ships to be healed, not only of physical wounds, but inner trauma, to be reunited with loved ones, to receive pure food and water. They're being assisted for as long as they would like to stay. They certainly aren't sent back if they are not ready to do so. You see nothing but calm. It's like a beautiful flow of blue energy or blue clouds hovering and then descending onto all of these countries: Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, Iraq and Iran, and all the countries around them. And we can include the Ukraine in this as well. And that beautiful blue light of divine justice settles into each country, along with the emerald green ray of healing. Archangel Michael is there with his sword of truth Excalibur, shifting the vibration of each country, not only how it's run, but how citizens experience it, to that of pure peace and empowerment of the citizenry. Empowerment of the soldiers so that they realize they're being directed to do things they may well regret for the rest of their lives. They're refusing to follow those orders. Just see them standing back and away when the orders en masse, not just one or two, thousands of them. Image the United States stopping its support for all forms of destruction in other parts of the world, wherever it is engaged in armed conflict. You image one soldier putting his or her firearm down and extend that to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands around the world and saying, I will not fight any longer. And that absolutely beautiful blue ray of divine justice flowing along with the emerald green ray of healing and, of course, the violet fire, a pure, powerful transmutation. Lord Saint Germain's violet flame. And they're running through every single one of these countries. And they stay in place for as long as needed. And as you are imaging this, dear ones, there are absolutely beautiful angels coming forward to assist from every corner of this universe. Calming tempers, calming reaction, foiling the plans of those who have long planned to interrupt, disrupt, and destroy these cultures. Cutting off the connection between any destructive leaders and their connection to the dark realms. Shining a powerful light in the heart, mind, and psyche, and spirit and soul and body of those responsible for the destruction, whatever country they're in, doesn't matter. Sending light to their souls, requiring that there be calm and peace. And of course, still extending that beautiful emerald green ray of healing to all who have had to put up with all of this disruption. And we honor them, we bow to their bravery. We send them love. Let's image all of these regions, the whole of the Middle East, in the rose ray. Pure higher love. If you want to affirm something for them right now, such as whatever happens, we hold you in our hearts, we hold you in love. Whatever you wish to send them now, we'll send it as a group. And we're outside of space-time, so you could do that. Shining a light as well to assist all those rebuilding their lives in the southern states. And again, bringing in that beautiful blue ray of divine justice, opening the hearts and minds of all who have been refusing help, calming tempers, people who've been enraged at the federal workers, sending hope and sustenance and support to all those who have lost their home and or business, vehicle, etc., who feel marooned, cut off from the world. Many blessings to those bringing these dear ones food and water, finding them temporary shelter. You see outpouring of financial abundance going to these dear ones. And again, placing them in that beautiful divine blue ray of divine justice, the cool transmuting violet flame of Lord Saint Germain, and the emerald green ray of healing. And we extend that to the whole of the United States. And extend that to any plans that any group anywhere has to behave in a militant fashion of rage and righteousness, self-righteousness in other words, if their favorite candidate does not get elected. And we would awaken the energies of the founders, the abolitionists, those who assisted as way stations on the Underground Railroad, the early suffragettes, those who campaigned for human rights at all levels over the past 400 years of the white settler population in North America. We appeal to them to send light from their souls. Many are present now upon the earth and in the U.S., wanting very much to help bring the country into a place of true democracy, including reparations to those who were dislocated and shoved off of their ancestral lands or forced into slavery. So we shine that beautiful divine light, that blue ray of divine justice throughout the whole of the United States, and much healing for those who have been hypnotized into a dark way, sending light to their souls, and their souls sending light to their inner hearts and minds to help them awaken. Erasing divisions, calming contentiousness, accusations from one side of the aisle to the other, enveloping peace, love for everyone's community members. Bring in the rose ray. Bring in the energies of tolerance, kindness, empathy, so that even if the person who lives next to you is voting very, very differently from you, you understand. Follow your own path, friend. Do what you need to do. And we're bringing in as well the energies of responsibility, maturity, fair-mindedness, and again, empathy, kindness for one's neighbor, because that is sorely lacking in many quarters. Wonderful. So again, we return to holding the earth in that beautiful violet flame and in the rose ray of the divine feminine and that beautiful crystalline light of the higher realms. You are never alone, dear ones. You have more friends and more angelic support than you could ever dream of. And they come from all quarters, all corners of this universe. And they come to assist and to support all of you on your paths. So we send many blessings and much love. As always, namaste. Thank you for watching, everyone. Huge blessings. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you'd like to support the channel. More people can see the video that way. Just sending light out to everyone, and huge thanks for everything you do. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.